Hi guys, it's Costin here from UK. I want to say first a big thank you to Groomania and to both kiddies for inviting me to do this amazing seminar for them, so it's a massive honor. Like I said, my name is Costi, I'm from UK, I'm originally from Romania and I moved to UK in 2013 and I'm part of Groom Team England and I represent UK in handstripping class. Today I will do one of my Fox Terriers, so I will guide you through the grooming, and also I will show you what products I use and I will use for his grooming. So right, this is my model. His name is Lord. It's one of my baby Fox Terriers. He's quite heavy because I was quite lazy grooming him, so it's perfect for big transformation today. So what I will, like I said, it's a Fox Terrier, it's a square dog, but just because it's a square dog that doesn't mean it should be elegant. For me, Fox Terriers are most elegant of the terrier group. So you have three types of grooming. You have the pet grooming, you have the competition grooming, and then you have the show grooming. So all of them that are based, the first two that are based on the main grooming, the show one. So the show is always you follow the show style in the pet and competition, in competition also. So I always start, when I start with if I have, let's say for competition, I will always start with the hardest part. So the hardest part is the flat work. So the ears, head, cheeks, under the chin, from the back of the ear you do a line to the back of the elbow, and this is your flat work. So all of this, it should be short, and then you have from the back of the tail. Let me turn the dog a little bit. Come on, Baba. So from the back, from the bum, if you do the bum and you do like a triangle right to the hook, that all of this will be very short. So this is also the flat work. So this is the hardest part when we strip, because it needs to be very short. And then you have the jacket, the tail, and the legs. The achievement here is to create a very long head. They are not like square like Welshes. They're quite round face. So they will have a round face. They are not square. So when to achieve, you need to have all this beard here to create, even like he has actually a very beautiful head. But if you have a dog that has a short head, you always need to have a big long beard. So the beard is very important. They used to have, before they used to have skirts, like 10 years ago. Now there is no skirt, we have just a little bit of hair in front of the chest. And this is it. So let's start. Right, so guys, I will go with you through the products that I always use, and this is what I love and what I tried and I'm happy with them. They might not work for you guys, but they work for me. So most of them actually they're from Transgroom. You can find them also in UK, but let's start with like all these stripping knives. So we have super fine. These are also from Transgroom, Showtech. So this is for like the corner of the ears, for pads, you know, when you strip the pads, so that's super fine. Then you have your fine stripping knife, also from Transgroom. I use for flat work, for head, ears and the bum. And then you have the coarse one that I use for the jacket. And then you have a carding knife that I use when I take all the undercoat. This is the fine stripping knife. This is Kento. This is for the jacket. When I strip, I just brush the jacket a little bit. Chalk. I always have chalk. What chalk does, give texture, it gives volume and grip. This is a conditioner mask that I use like between groomings, after the grooming, so like a maintenance. Chalk for the head. For the jacket, in case I have like a strip a little bit and it's like bold, and also more chalk, white chalk for the body, and more chalk from Artero. This actually, when I bath the dog, after I bath him and I dry him, Before I start to dry with the dryers, I will use this to give them volume for the beard and for the legs. You know, in case he has quite a soft coat, I use Zoom. I really love it. Sometimes I use it also for my poodles, again to give them texture. I never actually use scissors, but in case you want, sometimes I use just like for like fine, where I can't really pull, so I use a straight, and then I use anything scissors. Yeah, shampoo wise, I didn't bring here because it's preference, you know. I always, before the competitions, if I have a dog, I will use a normal shampoo mixed with a whitening shampoo. So it's preference. What do you want? I have a few shampoo from special for terriers, but it's up to you guys. Yeah, this is it, and let's go back to my beautiful dog. Right, so like I said guys, I always start with my flat work, with my head, cheeks and the front of the dog. It's very important also how you strip your dog. It's very important how you have your hand. You never ever bend your wrist. You always move your, yeah, you always move, when you strip, you always move your elbow, yeah, you never do this. You never bend your arm, your wrist. You always move your full hand. Like I said, I will use my fine stripping knife. So not super fine, just the fine stripping knife. You can see the difference between the teeth. Now if you can see the difference. So this is wire, much wider, and this is much finer. So I will use the fine teeth. I always put chalk, because like I said earlier, chalk gives texture, gives volume, and gives it can grip way better. You have to realize that when you have the front of the you have a rosette here, and then you have two rosettes right at the beginning of the legs. So you have to be careful how you strip here, because sometimes it's very painful, and here. So where you have rosettes, you have to strip exactly how the hair grows. So if you look at this rosette, I always use, sometimes I use my, well, actually I use my fingers all the time, because this goes round. So I always go round how the hair grows. It's very important. You strip how the hair grows, because this is how you want the hair to grow back. I always like, because this is quite thick, I will also use, at the moment, I will use a wire stripping knife, so take the bulk out. So when I strip also, I don't go, oh, and I will start to pull all this hair. I always strip in layers, so that's what that means in layers. So I will take the first layer out, and then fluff it up, and then take more hair. Quite soft a little bit, because there's a lot of hair here, because daddy was very lazy. Good boy. And also, if dog is not in pain, because you don't pull a lot of hair in one go, you strip just the top layer, and then another layer, and then another. So you see, slowly, by taking just in layers. You can use a comb to fluff it up a little bit. Or what I do, I use my finger. So when I do like this, I push it. So I always follow my shape from the back of the ear, right? This till the back of the elbow. Right, so when you come in the front of the study Lord, please, of the leg, you follow with your finger, and where you start to bend into the leg, you'll stop. Yeah. So let's say it's bending, and then you put your two fingers from the leg, and you stop there. So I will stop right here, because you want to give him shape also to the dog. Give some nice angulation in the front of the leg. So I took the thickness with a coarse one, and now I'm using my fine stripping knife for flat work and take everything that I can't take with this one, like the tiny little hair, and like I said, from the back of the ear, right, to expose this muscle completely, and then we go in the front from the canine tooth. I took from the back of the canine. We can take a little bit of this also. So they should have a goatee. They're not like schnauzer, they should have a goatee. So everything from the back of the canine tooth will come off, yeah? Right, from the corner of the eye till the back of the ears. Just looking here, come on, Baba. The back of the ears, yeah, everything should be short. On the cheeks, short. Ears, inside and outside, very, very short. And also, what I do, like a finger from the back of the ear, I will take all this part short and then I will blend here with the neck. And then from the back of the ear, right, yes, I'm stuck him, yeah, expose all this muscle here. So you have to be careful, like I said, you have the rosette here, and then also here is how the hair, so here this hair grows down, but this hair is like a rosette also, so you have to be careful because this hair goes up and then it goes down. So before, I didn't know these things and I used to strip it down all the time and the dog was in pain. So really, really be careful. So you need to know your dog, yeah? And you need to know how the hair is. So if I pull this, if I pull this down, he will be in pain. But because I pull it how the hair grows, he's not in pain. He's a little bit red, but you know, it's how when you wax your legs, it's the same thing. He goes red a little bit, but in a couple of hours he'll be fine. Wait. So that's why this takes around like 45 minutes just to do the flat work. So that's why I always start with my flat work. Oh, sorry. And I will do the same on the other side, where you can see the difference, how much hair he had here and how much you should be here. And what I do, if you can see the shoulders, you can pause. So now, actually, I will move. Come on, Baba. Good boy, Babalina. Good boy, handsome boy. Oh. Back of the tail, from the back of the bum, yeah, you expose in triangle to the hook, yeah, and also I will do like maybe three fingers above the tail. I will take it quite short also, yeah, so that's also, let's say, part of the flat work, and right to the back of the hook. So I will start it and I will show you. Like I said, the same here. It's one rosette here and it's one rosette here. So you have to be careful again how to. Normally sometimes I use my fingers. So when he is uncomfortable, what I do, I use my fingers because it's less pain. The same, I always use chalk. Chalk is my best friend. Like I said, it's for gripping. And when I use it for legs, it gives volume. If the dog doesn't have volume in the legs, I use chalk. I know Transgroom, they have a new chalk powder coming soon, and I'm telling you, it's bloody amazing. I used it for this year, the grooming show, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, I love that chalk. Right, I always start, the easiest part is this part here, where he bends his legs. This is it. Also, you have to be careful because the same here, the hair grows up. Wait. So here goes up and here goes down and here goes outside. So you have to be careful. The same like before. I never use a coarse one, especially on this skin here, because you can damage the skin, so always use a fine stripping knife. So when I pull, actually, it's like, you know, actually what I do is like a brush, but at the same time I pull, see? Good boy. Good boy, Baba. So I stop exactly where the hook starts. Because these dogs, they have a low set hook, so they're not like Schnauzer. When the Schnauzer have a hook right here, you go down with the hook. Like I said here, I'm gonna use my hand. So what I do also is very important to pull the skin. He is quite painful, so I always go very, very gentle with him here. Good boy. You see, I'm checking to see how the hair grows, so I don't want him to be uncomfortable with me pulling his hair, especially because it's quite long. But like I said, I really pull the skin. You can hear. Good boy, Baba. I know. He's actually quite close to his testicles, so not quite something that they really like, actually. But I know, Baba, yeah. I know, Baba. Actually, I'm just pulling quite slightly. I don't press a lot. Like I said, I'm just like, I brush his hair, and at the same time I just pull a little bit and a little bit. Good boy, Baba. Actually, he cries just because I touch his, but well, I can't do. So I touch his testicle, that's why he cries. Cries, I know. No, because of the pain, because it's not pain. Come on, Baba. Good boy, Baba. It's weird because if I would do this leg, it's much better than this leg. And I found that in a lot of dogs, one leg is better than the other. I don't know why. Come on, Baba. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. I know. When you go inside of the legs, guys, pull the skin, because you want to expose this muscle inside here. So you have to expose this muscle. This gives you the angulation. So if you have hair here, you have no angulation when you look from the front. So you want to take all this hair from here, right where he bends his leg, yeah? So you see, nice and tidy, compare with this, yeah? So you see the hair, actually you can see it, because this rosette is here. You see how this is go? So you pull down and then you pull up, you pull down and you pull up, and then you pull down. And then you pull here, as they say. Like I said, 2 fingers, 2-3 fingers above the tail. So I take it quite short. And then what I did, I will just blend into the leg a little bit. So yeah, I'll have my coarse one because I don't want to take it too short. So just blend the short part here into the leg. And this is actually the flat work. So once I did that, I can focus on the jacket. And then I will do the legs. So let's now do the jacket. Oh. Actually guys, I forgot to put my fingers on them. This helps you also with the gripping. So again, so now we finish the flat work. That's the most hardest thing in a fox terrier, and well, in every single stripping terrier. I just make it tight a little bit. So now we do the underline and the top line. So before they used to have skirts. Now I don't like dogs to have skirts anymore. So if your dog is very long-legged, you might leave a little bit more hair under the belly, and you take more maybe under the top line. But if a dog has short legs, you'll take everything under the belly. So only thing you have to do, you need to leave the chest is between some chest hair that's between the legs. So everything, where's the tuck up? So from the tuck up till the elbow, everything, the underline will be take off short. So all the time I do the underline, and then I will do the ribs, and then I will do the top line. So the top line, if you have a dog that is very bended in his back, what you have to do, you have to know exactly also your dog, you know. So if he is bent in the back, you need to leave a little more hair, because you have a straight top line. So he's a little bit bendy, a little bit. So what I will do, I will take shorter on the bum, and I will leave a little bit hair to make a straight line. So when you look from here, you should have a straight line, and then go into the neck. Yeah. So what I do now, I will start with the ribs. So always you have to have longer hair on the jacket than on the flat work. I never touch the top line, so I will always strip just I have my lines. If you put a question when to stop, you should have a few layers. Like that's why I say I always count in the layers. So I should have like 5-6 layers. So here you have like 2-3 layers on the flat work, and then on the jacket you should have like 6-7 layers. It should be elegant. You go right into the tuck up, and you can come down on the leg to take some thickness also from the leg, because you want to expose that muscle also here. And I'll go right under the belly and take all this underline, all this hair that's here. Once I will do this, I will come back with you guys when I will do your top line, yeah? So, I finished with the underline. Yeah, I took everything that's under the belly, and then from the tuck up right to the elbow, I took everything that's here, and then I took the ribs a little bit to give some shape. And now what I'm doing, I'm focusing on the tail and the top line and the neck, yeah, because I want to create a nice leg. So I'll take some of the thickness from the top of the neck. At the moment I don't touch the back, then just the side, and then the bum, top of the back, sorry, not the bum. That goes right into the tail. So the tail should be like a carrot also, so it should be like short on the back and padded on the top. So it should not be like skinny tail. So you should have nice thick tail. Come, Baba. You can see the nice angulation on the bum. So I always start the dog and I look from the side because I want a straight line. I always work to create that straight line. Like I said, I will take more from here. They have a strong neck, yeah, so you don't want to take all that neck. Come on. It's always you have to stack your dog. Always very important when you do the underline, the top line, to stack him, because you don't want to take too much. That's nice. If your dog has a nice top line, you don't need to focus at all. You don't need to stress. And then it's just blending and blending and blending. Boy. Let me see him. I'm happy with that. Just tied a little bit of tail. So like I said, on the tail you should have shorter on the back of the tail. So when I do the back, I do the tail also. When I do the flat work, I do the top back of the tail. When I do the jacket and the top line, I do also the top of the tail. I know sometimes I work a little bit chaotic, try to be more organized, but that never happened. So what I do now, I'm just like blending and blending. Now instead to use your scissors, you use your hands. And by the way, he was out when I did the jacket. He was down for a couple of minutes to relax a little bit and some water. So he was not here all the time on the table, because I do love my dogs. So you can see the same movement. You see, I don't move my wrist. I use just my hand. Like before, I used to have too much pain in my hand because I didn't understand how to strip. It's now it's like just this movement, you see, and I don't have any pain in my hand. Doesn't get tired like they used to. Like I can strip a dog for hours and have no pain in my hand. You can use a brush, or if you want, you can use a comb. What is easier for you? I use both of them. Just to set up. Again, it's very important. Stack your dog so you can see what you do. I'm happy with that. So what I will do, so once you've done your jacket, yeah, and your tail, I will move back to the front leg, back leg and front leg, and then we'll do the head. Right, back leg. Brushed it, you comb it. Like I said, the hook is set low, so it should not be like very full. You want to have the idea of a very strong muscle, so you should not take a lot of hair from the joint, from the loin, not joint, loin. And also you have to blend it with the flat work. And go down. Right, so what I do now, I lift the leg. Exactly how when you start to scissor the dog with the pull all this hair down. And instead to cut it, you strip it. So earlier, when I started to create volume, I use Zoom from Artero. It's like a foam, so give a texture. And then you can use, again, you can use chalk for gripping and volume and texture. So I will try to create up on the toes. So I will try to create like his on his toes. Like other breeds, you should not see the nails actually on this breed. If you can see them a little, but not too much, because it should be like a fist, not like other terriers where you can see the nails. He's used to it because I always strip his legs, so he's used to it. His hair is very wire on his legs. So like I said, fluff it up, and this should be half of the length. So what I do, you can actually use a little bit of scissor spray if you want to hold it. So it should be padded, yeah? This is what we want to achieve, padding. Should not be too puffy like a bichon or like. We want to flow from top to flow into the feet. Do like an S right down to the nail. So from the tuck up, so you know when I said for feet, you can use the very fine stripping knife. And that will help you a lot if you have a chicken eye like this one. Right, just fluff it up a little bit. It's better all the time to stay away from the feet, from the foot, so you can see from the side how much you want to take and how the foot looks. It's a little bit harder when you do the inside of the leg, when you do this part here, because you have to find the position. There's always a weird position. Good boy, Baba. You can use your fingers. So exactly what I do on this side, I will do the same inside. It's very, very important, guys, to have a super fine stripping knife. Like I said, this is from Showtech, I think. Yeah, Showtech, and it's 3200. It's brilliant. I really love this stripping knife. Inside, it should be a straight line. So when you look from the dog from the back, you should see a straight. It shouldn't have been like bumpy or thickness. It should be a straight, nice muscle, straight down. Yeah? Straight. So this is what I do. If you have thickness, just blending and blending and blending. The same here, from inside. So if you only can use chalk to make it thicker, some volume. And then you stay away from the dog. See what you do. So you only want to take a little bit more here. But you have to be careful, this should be full. Don't take too much. You can take more from the hook. And leave much fuller here. You want to do, see where is his knee. When you do the legs, you have to be careful, because if you pull too much, you might lose your hair. So you have to be careful all the time how you strip it. Because if you pull it and you don't have that hair anymore, it takes months to grow. So all the time you have to be careful when you strip the legs. And also, if you want to maintain a thick, nice legs between competition, you always need to condition. You have a few leave-on conditioner that you can choose, and this is what I do. I bath them like once a week, and then I let the conditioner into their coat, into the legs and the beard. So I know that I have elasticity into the coat, so it doesn't break. If you want to maintain your show dogs, your competition dogs, and have a nice quality coat. Sometimes I go and I will cut the jacket, I will take the undercoat. So what this is also part of the maintenance. So every week after bathing, I cut the jacket. So I take all the undercoat. By taking all this fluff, I allowed the wire coat to come through. Right, so this is my back leg. Now we will move to the front leg. Ta-da. Right, front leg. I will do exactly what I did with the back leg. I will stop brushing the hair down all of it. And I will do my foundation. So I will expose the pad completely. It's quite hard because they really don't like when you do the front legs. So I'm using my fine knife, and then I will use super fine. Come on, Baba, good boy. The same, I will try to go as short, close to the nail, but I will try not to expose it. Please stop. Enough. Good boy. Good boy. Hi, move your back leg. So there should be parallel lines. You cannot see sticking elbows. So it should be from the back should be straight, will be a straight line and a straight line. It should be a little bit more thicker inside of the legs. But when you look from the front, you see a straight line. So you have to be careful to keep your dog steady. I always brush out and inside. Because I'm not rushing at all. Because I strip his legs, they come so easily. If you scissor the legs, you will struggle very, very, very hard. I used to scissor one of my foxes and now I'm going back to stripping him and it's so hard. From the back, should be straight. Come on, Bo. Good boy. You can use the comb to help you there. So what I'm trying to do, like go round. Always again, you need to stack your dog. It should be a straight line from the neck down straight. Legs are the hardest to do when you do a terrier. Come on, Baba. This is the hardest part when you do front leg, because he needs to be stuck, and like I said, they really hate it, so some of them are better than others. So sometimes it takes me like half an hour, 40 minutes on just this leg, on one leg, so it'll be perfect. So I don't want to rush it, and he hates it, so I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. So like I will have like a day just doing the legs. To understand how sensitive he is with his legs, like ladylike. So he's been quite good now actually. He has moments like everyone. Like I said, I'm trying to do a parallel line. Dog needs to be stuck. Come over. So the neck noose is quite loose. It's just him being a little bit of drama queen. Especially his front leg. This just needs to disappear. You need to go straight here so to create angulation. So you do from the side. To have a little bit of angulation. So when you look from here, I always want to say straight, nothing sticking out. When I look from the side, from here, the same, I don't have any sticking elbows. You move side, you move away from the dog a little bit. You come in front of the dog. And you look from here, it should be a straight line. I'll show you once I finish. And like I said, inside of the leg should be a little bit thicker. Yeah, should not be like short as the outside. They're not poodles to create that beautiful round fit. It should be round but parallel and straight. So when you look from here, it should be a straight line. Yeah. When I move the dog, come on, Baba. When I move here, it should be a straight line. Yeah. And the back the same. A straight line. Yeah. But also by taking the corners each side, yeah, you make the round foot. And inside, come on, Baba. Good boy. And inside should be a little bit thicker. Yeah. Because if you make it too short inside, he will have like a very wide shoulder. So that's why also I leave the top, like I said, we leave a little bit of chest inside. So don't make it too wide. Yeah. And this is the front leg. Right. So head, guys. Like I said, you want to achieve a very, very long head. Luckily that he has a beautiful head. Earlier when I did the flat work, remember I took all the hair under the chin, from the canine tooth, all this down. That's what I do. Brush down everything. So corner of the nose, the corner of the mouth, this hair I will save. I will not touch this. This is very long hair and I will keep it how it is. When you look from the side, you should see the nose. So I will try to expose a little bit the nose. It's a very, very dry nose. Put some cream on this nose. Right. Before that, I will try to do the eyebrows. Let's do the eyebrows first. So eyebrows, that extension of the hair of the head. So you should not have very long, like a schnauzer. So between the eyes, I will pull a little bit hair from here. You can use some chalk again for gripping. Actually, I can use chalk everywhere. It's nice to have a palm brush. There are two ways to do the face also. You can brush it down, like in the middle, like this, or you can just pat it all the time. I always, even like when I dry the face, I dry the hair out because you want that long here. Right, eyes. When you look from the Fox Terrier from the front and from the sides, you should see the eyes, yeah? So everything that's in front of the eyes, it should be out. So all the hair sticks in front of the eyes. I will take it off. So from the beginning of the eye, I'll go like around, follow the shape of the eye, yeah? And I'll come back right in at the corner of the other eye, the corner of the eye. So corner of the front of the eye, the corner of the back of the eye. You go around. If you want, you can use a little bit of hairspray in your hand. Corner. Yeah. And then you round it, and all these like long bits, take it out. So they have a very tiny little eyebrow, not very thick, not very long. You can take a little bit from the back of the eye. So when you look now, you can see the eye. When you look from the front, you can take a little bit to see the eye. We have a tiny little pretty eyebrow. Yeah? Once you finish your eyebrow, I will go the underline. So I'll take all of this hair to expose a little bit the corner of the mouth. So brush down. It's like in an angle. by exposing the mouth a little bit, you make the head to look very, very long. The same if you want to have a nice thick beard. Like I said, it's very important the maintenance of the beard. Like I said, he has conditioned his beard like every 2 to 3 days. I put condition on the beard. If I feed him, sometimes I put the beard into the water. I let him to drink first, so the beard is wet. So actually, on the face, I don't do a lot actually. See, because he has a long beard. So by taking the corner, see, by taking the corner of the mouth, you make the face to look very, very long. Like I said, the longer the beard, the bigger looks the head, and always push down, forward, sorry. And now you think just round, yeah? Take this corner from here, so you can see the eyes. Expose the nose from the side. And brush down to create a long head. Look from here, you can see beautiful, you can see compare with this side, you can see the hair, it's much tidier. Also you have to be careful not to take too much from this hair area, because if you take too much hair, you will dip it and then you look like he's sick. So this should be all the time just padded. You can use a little bit of hairspray. Perfect. This is the head. So this is it, guys. This is Pretty Boy Lord. So a recap, flat work is very important because your flat work will give you the shape and the angulation. So the shorter you take, the better. Like I said, a few layers so it doesn't be bald. Short ears, short head will give the shape of your head also. By taking short cheeks, you will have more shape in the face. Padding tail on the jackets, always the jacket should be longer than the flat work. On your legs, come on Diva, you should have parallel lines. They're not like poodles, they should be straight, front, back, sides. Should be parallel lines, the same with the back, straight line in the back. On your face, you should have from the canine tooth should have like a goatee beard, not like a schnauzer, and always push the front your face. Yeah, and this is it. Hope you enjoyed my seminar, and we'll see you soon. Bye.